Thank you, Anne-Sophie. Great talk, really. But we really had three great talks these days. And we really had 3 great days. I started my opening remarks saying that we are a cheerful community. And I was asked by some of you these days, are you happy with the conference? Well, I have to say I'm very happy with the conference. And I'm very thankful to the organizer because I'm really enjoying these days and being with you these days. I want to close the conference or open the closing session, you choose, with some numbers that tell us about where we are and where we are going. We had 805 participants, some added on their way in the last few days. As you see, most of them in person, by far, but also 71 connected from remote. If you look at the age of our community, it's pretty young. Around 60% of our members are under 40. And the rest has a young spirit, as I said in my opening remarks. And obviously, being a European association, we are dominated by European members, 82%, but we also have representatives from non-European regions, and I think, quoting by memory, 139 participants were non-European, which is a remarkable number. And we still have some gender imbalance, 60 versus 40, 61 versus 38. Last year we did a bit better, to be honest, but it's not something you decide ex ante. In any case, we are getting there to a better gender balance. As far as the sessions were concerned, we had a huge number of sessions because we had a huge number of submissions, as you know. All in all, I think it's around 150 sessions, 119 parallel, then 10 egg-timer, 15 policy sessions, 6 thematic, and 3 keynotes. 27 of them were streamed and 14 were fully hybrid in an attempt to go online more and more. The topics of the papers were spread across different areas. We received 1,533 submissions. We had 566 papers being presented these days. And as you see, it was largely dominated by climate change. There were 721 submissions talking about climate change. But if you look at the blue bars, which represent then the presented papers, the gap decreases. So climate change is still the dominant topic, but the gap with respect to the others is smaller, and environmental regulation and ecosystem services, energy, environmental problems, macro and development, economics in open economies are also performing well. So it's a quite scattered image, what we get, more homogeneous. As far as the methods are concerned, well, look at the bars. You have a clear image of a huge number of empirical papers. This doesn't come by surprise to me, because I think that our profession went more and more towards empirical studies, also because of better data that we have available as compared to the past. So empirical papers ranking clearly first, followed by theoretical modeling. But new areas are emerging more and more. As you see, there is an important number that is increasing over time of experimental behavioral economic studies, CBA environmental evaluation, and particularly numerical simulations. If we go to the subtopics, I think this is also an interesting information that we can get from the data, from the statistics, because there seems to be a division into the group of presented papers. Market-based instrument dominate over non-market-based instrument, almost twice as much in terms of percentages, and mitigation dominates over adaptation, again, almost twice as much. Now, this gives a sort of dichotomic world in our profession, with studies on market-based instruments and mitigation, and no-market instruments and adaptation. Probably this is not so clear, the division, but it's interesting to notice that the percentages are very similar in these two groups. And the renewable energy papers are also important, but ranking 5th in this special ranking. The conference is growing, has been growing for a while, and you can see that we are many, and you see from these numbers that it keeps growing over time. So for this reason, it's also more challenging to organize it. And as you know, or as you probably remember, we decided last year to go for a core professional conference organizer from 2025 onwards. So this year we open a call for submissions from PCOs, professional conference organizers. We received many. There was quite an interesting selection, and eventually we decided to go for AIM group, a group that is very active and very knowledgeable. They have 15 offices all around the world. They have a long experience in the organization, more than 60 years. They have experience in the organization of large events, even larger than ours, and they also made a good offer, I have to say. And we had the opportunity to meet and talk to them. And I would like to thank Gilberto, who is sitting there, because we had interesting and fruitful conversations, and they are already working, helping us for the future conferences. So we look forward to this collaboration that I think will be critical to facilitate also the local organizers, to let local organizers focus more on the scientific part rather than purely on the organizational part, reducing the burden that I know is pretty much, and also possibly facilitating new volunteers for the future that are no more scared, let's say, by the numbers. So I really look forward to the future in this sense. And talking about the future, what's next? I already announced it in the General Assembly, but let me repeat it now that we are probably more. Next year, we are going north. We are going to Bergen, and the conference will run from June 16 to June 19, and it will be organized by the Norwegian School of Economics. And I want to thank the local organizing committee chair, Aline, the program committee co-chairs, Nicole, Linda, and Ben. Linda and Ben, I know you are around, and you should stand or raise your hand if you were not too scared after my... They were scared, never mind. But I swear they're around. I talked to them. So we are very thankful and very much looking forward to going to Bergen. We are, oh yes, thank you. And just to make sure you are also excited to go to Bergen, I would ask the technical support to launch the video, the short video of announcing the conference. Okay, nice, isn't it? But we are not only a cheerful, also a forward-looking organization, association, and so we have been working on the following year. And as you see from the announcement, the following year is the World Congress. It's a World Congress that is organized by all the World Council associations, so together by the European, Asian, American, African, and Latin American Association. And in 2026, we are very happy to announce that we will go to Lisbon and that the conference will be organized by the Nova School of Business and Economics, and very thankful to the local organizing committee chair, Maria Antonieta Cunhesa. And in this case too, we have a short video that I ask the technical support to launch.
Hello, greetings from Portugal. For those that do not know me, I'm Maria Cunhesa. Today it's really our pleasure to announce that the first World Conference after the COVID pandemics will take place in our campus at the Nova School of Business and Economics in Carcavelos. The venue will be at a campus which is in between Lisbon and Cascais, and it is a brand new campus by the sea. The date for the conference will be on the 29th of June and ends on July the 3rd, 2026. We'll do our best to transform this event into a unique experience for all participants. So we hope to host you at our campus in 2026.
Another amazing place, as you see, so I really can't wait. So it's time to say a few thanks. I did at the very beginning, and I want to repeat them at the end, because we had such a great time and you did such a great job. So I want to thank the local organizer, the Leuven University, the Sedon Group, Johan and Sandra as local organizing committee co-chair, but also the rest of the LOC, Estelle, Simon, Jos, Guido, Steph, Ingrid, Carol, Stephen, and Bert. I want to thank Dimi, who has done an incredible job as conference program manager with new fantastic tools. And I want to thank Enrica. I want to thank Enrica and Eric, who beyond Johan and Sandra have been part of the scientific program committee. And then I want to thank the whole local scientific committee, but also the program committee members, 349 colleagues among us who contributed to review this large number of papers. And now I'm going to read them all. One. Okay, but really, a big thank to our local organizers. And before the round of applause, I want Johan to have the mic for a few words.
Well, thank you very much for being here. It was, yeah, we were scared, I must say, beforehand when we saw the numbers, but it has all run very smoothly. But as you see, there are lots of people who are involved for the scientific part, for the program part. In particular, I want to thank the referees. 1,500 submissions. Every paper is looked at by 2 people, so you need a very big team. And especially we want to thank, and Erik insisted on that at the very end you still have a couple of referees who are, for some reason or another, cannot respond. So then you need a couple of extra referees who are willing to review papers in 12 hours of time, or yeah, in very, very small delays. And so we are very grateful for them. It were about 17, I think. I will not mention them all, but many thanks especially to this reviewing team, because without that, I wouldn't have known what we've done. So thanks. I would also want to thank our local team, the PCO of this year, which is the KU Leuven PCO, and that is especially Lies and Caro. I had to put some pressure on them because they were not willing to attend. They were thinking they had to be at the registration desk and at Alma and so on, and at the coffee machines, checking out everything now. But I hope they are here. Where are you? Ah, there they are. So many thanks, Lies and Caro. Also, I want to thank all of the logistical partners that we have. I will not name them all except one because they are here, and that are the people of the technical crew who are all the day staying there, up there behind the windows in the boiler room, I would say, because it's about 28 degrees up there. Compared to outside, but they've done a very good job in juggling all of the inputs, the last-minute changes in PowerPoint presentations, the videos, and especially all of the hybrid sessions that we have at the other locations, trying to get everything fixed, and I think they did a very good job on that. Thank you, guys. And then, there are not too many of them here now, but the yellow T-shirts, where are you? Yeah. Okay. Come here. There are many more. There are many more, but I think in total we had about 32 of them at different moments, at different places. They are usually students of either our own programs or of other programs of the KU Leuven, but even there were of other universities, Antwerp and Ghent. So in particular, thank you very much for being volunteers at our conference and helping out our delegates if they had questions. The sponsors, we already thanked them at the beginning, so again, a lot of thanks to them. And then we come to the crew of the ERI Secretariat, who are currently also here. So I suspect that flowers are not so handy if you want to take them on the airplane, and that's why we have decided to give you, of course, the typical Belgian present, and that are very special chocolates of the best chocolate shop of Leuven. I've no shares in them or so, but if you go back to the railway station, there is Bittersweet, it's called. They have very fancy, very nice, very spectacular chocolates, and so if you still need a present for your partner or your children at home, give them a visit on the way to the railway station, I would say. So, thank you.
Okay, it's really time to close, but I don't want to close before a last word, which goes to a special person who doesn't want to be under the spotlight, but who has been the pillar of the association for more than 20 years. And I already announced it. She is going to step down, because she's going up in her career with new internal assignment. And so I think we are all extremely thankful for her devotion, for her work, for what she gave us over all these years. I think I saw her more than my wife in the last year. And this is probably the reason why she's fed up, you know, after such a long year together. But I cannot express my gratitude, and also really the happiness that happy moment I spent with her. Monica Eberle. Standing ovation, I think it's deserved. In any case, Monica leaves us in very good hands, because very safe hands. Silvia Bertolin has been a great companion over these years, following the Policy Outreach Committee and, you know, taking over already. So don't worry, we will do absolutely fine, and I'm really happy to have Silvia on board, and the whole CMCC team. So every nice story has an end, but it's not over until it's all over. So there are other sessions, and with this I close the closing session, but we move to the rest of the conference. Thank you all.